What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin back here with another episode of my van life travel adventures. Last episode, you might remember, we stopped off at this awesome campsite just outside of Mesa Verde National Park. Well, today's the day we go explore it. So I'm just wrapping up work here. I'm gonna pack up the van and then we're gonna hit the road. I think it's like a 20-minute ride right to the front entrance of the national park, and there's plenty of things I want to do and check out today. And I mean, I couldn't have asked for any better weather, as it's 75 degrees out with beautiful bluebird skies. So I'm excited to take you all along with me for my first time into this national park. Maybe it's your first time, maybe you've been before, but I'm glad you're here for the adventure. All right, folks, I will see you in the park. Mesa Verde National Park. Alright, so we're just technically outside the entrance, but we're gonna go to the visitor center before it closes for the afternoon. You know, like what I like to do, I like to grab my patch. I kind of want to see it all. Maybe get the trail map, figure out fun hikes to do, how to get down to the cliff dwellings, and must-see places before I dig deep on my own and do the national park. And funny enough, just met this awesome couple from Connecticut. So, neighbors to me back in Massachusetts. They're a fantastic, sweet couple. They actually took my picture in front of the sign. So absolute pleasure meeting the two of them and their dog.
Yeah, well, Alan's never on Facebook. I mean, I think they're live.
I've never spoken.
It's a mess in here while I'm driving, but I got my patches, so I will show that before we head further into the park. So got a sticker for the fridge because I forgot that the last one, and I got my patch. So pretty happy with that. And then I always get my mom a magnet. Cool thing is too, we have this really nice little Mesa Verde Association bag. It's actually like really high quality. I was not expecting that, but nice little thing to hold my patches in. And on my way in there, I saw somebody from Massachusetts with a converted van. So that was pretty sweet, running into someone locally. Small world out here, folks, small world. Hey, how's it going?
Thank you.
Of course.
Do you need a map?
Yes, please. Park map. I like collecting these too. I've got one from all the national parks I've been to, so that's always fun. But we're gonna come up here. I think there is a pull out, and we'll open up the map and figure out exactly where we want to go. We do have a tour bus behind us, so just either we let them pass or we just stay ahead of them. I don't know, but I can't stand when you're tied up with a tour bus at the same time. You're pulling over to all these views and overlooks and hikes, and it is what it is. I totally get it, but for me personally, it ruins it for me. So I'm gonna try to stay ahead of them. We'll see what happens. So a little backstory as to why I'm so excited for this national park is because of the cliff dwellings. I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see like differences of ones I've seen in the past. To put in perspective, I went to college for geology, and I worked a summer internship research project over in the country of Georgia. And while we were there, we did some research on these cave cities up on the mountainside cliff. It was called Vardzia, and we did another one, another place right down the street. I forgot the name of that, but Vardzia is a UNESCO site. Absolutely beautiful. It was very cool putting in earthquake sensors and doing some research in these cave cities, and I really want to compare what those cave cities are like compared to these native cave cities like the cliff dwellings themselves. So I'm excited to see the differences and check them out. I think it's gonna be really neat. I'm gonna kind of nerd out on it. So we just turned onto Park Point Road. We're going up to the Park Point. I think it's at 8,570 feet. It's the highest point in the park. Should be a nice little overlook. I'm hoping the GoPro could pick it up enough for you guys to kind of check it out. If not, I'm sure I'll be adding some photos for you afterwards. But yeah, just looking out my windows right now, this view is unreal, unbelievable. That was a pretty interesting read back there. It said since 1906, 75% of Mesa Verde National Park has had wildfires and burned, like 75% of it's burned from lightning-induced wildfires. And it makes sense, it's super dry out here, and higher points, you get hit by lightning first. I guess every time I've ever looked up Mesa Verde, I've always only just seen like the cave dwellings. Didn't expect the vista to be like this. It is beautiful. All right, we're off down the trail to the cliff dwellings, or at least Cliff Palace. But I think you see the cliff dwellings from here as well. There's no sign saying how long the hike was, but I assume it's fairly long and fairly steep, because there are signs everywhere saying bring water, and bring water. Well, there were no openings for the tour down to the Cliff Palace, which is like the cliff dwellings that you, when you think Mesa Verde is what you think of. Unfortunately, when I asked earlier, obviously no openings, but I really thought there was going to be more of a trail with some more viewpoints rather than just that one overlook. That's why I was prepared to bring water. It was going to be a longer hike, but nope, that was not the case. You needed the tour to go any further, so I just enjoyed the overlook. Of course, it's super sunny right now, so the photos are a little harsh, but I'll try to do what I can, and I'll post them here. But nonetheless, on we go. More views here in Mesa Verde National Park. And we're at the House of Many Windows. So it's called the House of Many Windows, except those are actually doors, and there's only 4 doors remaining of the original 15 rooms. Imagine waking up to that view every day. Off the balcony house. So even though a lot of these are reservation only, a lot of these trails are closed right now. Even though balcony house is basically directly underneath me, so I would never get a view of it anyways unless I did the tour. I was still hoping to get a nice viewpoint of something, but they're all closed. So we're gonna walk this way and see if there's any other outlooks. And nope, that was a failure. No other outlooks over here, so we're gonna get back to the van and keep driving. All right, there's this Soda Canyon overlook trail. So we're gonna go try this one out, and hopefully it's actually something we can go see. bunch of cacti. Oh, we've opened up out of that little spruce forest there. And we're coming up onto the overlook here. That was a nice little short hike. It took me a lot longer because I was getting distracted taking photos of cacti and these old ancient trees. Beautiful trail. Things I'm definitely not used to, but man, look at these. Pretty. I actually do not know what those are, but they are gorgeous. Gorgeous color. Again, you really can't see it from here on the GoPro, but balcony house is right about there. That's the rest stop overlook stop I took. Unfortunately, the trail was closed, but we got this beautiful outlook to look upon it. I just can't get over these views. Imagine waking up in your cave dwelling and seeing this at first light. I'm a little jealous. And I thought the van I got some good spots to wake up at, but I don't know. I think that might take the cake. But now so that's the balcony house overlook. Now we're going over to the Soda Canyon overlook. So I was really hoping for more hikes in this national park. I guess I expected more, but at least I'm glad we have this overlook trail. And it gets me out of the van instead of the quick hops. But here we go to the overlook. Unreal views. What a cool park. Learn about the history of the natives that occupied this area, seeing how they made life work. But yeah, what a cool way to spend a Thursday after work. Just exploring Mesa Verde National Park. Well, that hike took a little bit more out of me than I anticipated. I probably should have brought water. Probably should have been drinking water throughout the day. It's only 1.2 miles round trip, but currently, if you can read this, it's 101. That might be because my car has been sitting in the heat, but last I checked the weather when I had service in the park, it said 94. So that's fairly believable. And, you know, for a hike at 8,500 feet in 100-degree temps and not drinking enough water, definitely dehydrated, makes sense why I kicked my butt a little bit. But hey, those views were totally worth it. Unfortunately, I was unable to get a ticket to a tour. I should have probably booked ahead of time, but I didn't know when I was going to make it to Mesa Verde National Park. So that's why we just came here after work on a Thursday afternoon. I still had an absolutely fantastic time here in the park. It's a beautiful park. If you're in the area, or even close to the area, detour, come check it out. It's worth the stop, worth the visit. But there's maybe one or two more spots I'd like to see on the way out for scenic overlooks that I kind of skipped on the way out here. So those are the last things I'm planning on hitting. Other than that, it's back to the campsite tonight, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys when I see you. So an overlook I was pretty bummed I passed earlier, but I'm excited I stopped to finally check out is the geologic overlook. As I mentioned earlier, I went to college, have a geology degree. I like rocks. There's a few marbles loose up in my head, and that makes sense why I like rocks, but I'm hoping this viewpoint really provides here. Oh yeah. Look at that. This is gorgeous. Incredible place. Very much worth the stop. I hope if you're out here this summer, you don't pass the opportunity up to come check out Mesa Verde National Park. Alrighty, folks, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me here in Mesa Verde National Park and checking this out. It was so cool to bring you guys along. I really hope to see you guys on the next adventure, and until then, I'll see ya.